War films have a unique way of connecting us to history, emotions, and the fragility of humanity. Today, we're diving into a South Korean cinematic masterpiece, Taegukgi, The Brotherhood of War. It's a story of love, sacrifice, and the brutal realities of war that transcends cultural boundaries and leaves a lasting impression. Let's explore this powerful film. The movie Taegukgi was directed by Kang Ji-woo, who also brought us the iconic film Shuri in 1999. Released in 2004, Taegukgi quickly became one of the highest-grossing films in South Korea, earning over 68 million worldwide. The movie stars Jang Dong-gang as the elder brother Jin Tae, and Won Bin as his younger sibling Jin Seok. Both actors deliver unforgettable performances, portraying the heartbreaking toll of war on their brotherly bond. The supporting cast include Lee Young-ju as Young Shin, who is Jin Tae's fiancé. The background of this movie is the Korean War. The Korean War from 1950 to 1953 was a significant conflict during the Cold War era, involving North Korea and South Korea, along with their respective allies. After World War II, Korea was divided along the 38th parallel, with the Soviet Union supporting the North and the United States supporting the South. On June 25, 1950, North Korean forces crossed the boundary, initiating the war. In response, the United Nations, with the United States as their principal participant, intervened to assist South Korea. China later entered the war in support of North Korea. The conflict saw several shifts in momentum, with both sides advancing and retreating across the peninsula. After years of intense fighting and heavy casualties, an armistice was signed on July 27, 1953, establishing the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, near the original dividing line. Notably, no formal peace treaty was signed, leaving North and South Korea technically still at war. Let's dig into the plot of the movie. In 1950s Seoul, brothers Lee Jin-tae and Lee Young-suk lead a modest yet content life with their mother and Jin Tae's fiancé, Kim Yong-shin. Jin Tae shines shoes to support Jin Seok's education and his family. But their lives are shattered when the Korean War breaks out. Both brothers are forcibly conscribed into the South Korean army and were thrown into brutal frontline combat. Determined to protect his younger brother, Jin Tae learns that earning the prestigious Taegukgi Cordon of the Order of Military Merit could send his brother home. As a result, Jin Tae volunteers for the most dangerous missions and succeeded in all of them. Despite this, the trauma and violence of war transforms Jin Tae into a hardened and cold-blooded soldier. This caused a rift between the brothers as Jin Seok becomes increasingly disillusioned with Jin Tae's ruthless tactics and hunger for killing enemy soldiers. Amidst the chaos of the war, Jin Tae's fiancé Young Shin is falsely accused of communist sympathies and is tragically killed by a South Korean militia. In a desperate attempt to save her, both brothers are arrested. Shortly afterwards, a prison fire during an enemy attack took place and made Jin Tae believe his brother has perished. Being pushed into despair and captured by Chinese forces, Jin Tae defects to the North Korean army and led an elite unit known as the Flag Unit. Unbeknownst to Jin Tae, Jin Seok survives the fire and rejoins the South Korean forces upon recovery. Learning of his brother's defection, Jin Seok embarks on a dangerous journey to the battlefront to find him. Their paths cross on the battlefield, where Jin Tae nearly kills Jin Seok after failing to recognize him. After a tense confrontation, Jin Tae's memory returns, and the scene became a tearful reunion. But after realizing the impossibility of their joint escape, Jin Tae sacrifices himself by manning a machine gun to cover Jin Seok's retreat. Jin Tae fights until he is overcome and killed by North Korean forces. As the war ends, Jin Seok returned to his war-torn hometown and reunited with his mother. Decades later, in 2003, an elderly Jin Seok visits a Korean War excavation site where his brother's remains have been identified. Confronted with Jin Tae's belongings, including their cherished silver pen, Jin Seok is overwhelmed with emotion and mourns the lost and enduring impact of their wartime experiences. Taegukgi was a commercial and critical triumph. It won Best Film and Best Director at the Asia Pacific Film Festival and several technical awards at the Grand Bell Awards in South Korea. The film also gained international acclaim, with its unflinching portrayal of war earning it high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Reflecting on the movie, it taught me the devastating cost of war, not just on nations, but on individuals and families. It showed how even the strongest bonds can be tested under extreme circumstances. Taegukgi inspires us to think about the fragility of peace and the consequences of war. It asks tough questions, such as, what would you sacrifice to protect the people you love? How do we find humanity amidst the dehumanizing horrors of conflict? It also challenges us to reflect on the divisions in our own world today. Can we learn from history to bridge the gaps that separate us? And how we can honor the sacrifices of those who came before us by striving for a better, more united future. Taegukgi, The Brotherhood of War, is more than a war film. It's a story of love, sacrifice, and the resilience of the human spirit. It's an unforgettable journey that will leave you reflecting on the meaning of family, sacrifice, and the true cause of conflict. Thank you.